Good evening, my Roslins and Rosikins. Mother is back, and I have so much to share, so much to say, and so much to be and am. So, if you're tracking my post on my community tab, I talked about how I've been gone for a little bit, and part of that has to do with my spirituality and also recognizing and accepting who I actually am meant to be. And I don't say any of this lightly in this video because this is literally my life and my identity and my purpose and my calling. And during the time that I've been away from YouTube for like a week and a half, I just cannot help but think about just how much favor I have over my life, how my blessings are miraculous, and how my problems are other people's blessings, how my ancestry is edged with primordial power and history and beauty, and how my spirituality is just as powerful, and about my future and the type of person I'll end up spending my life with, and the type of community of beautiful brown / darkskin exoticals that I will empower through my voice, and just everything that I have come to accept finally for myself as your mother. And when I first started my YouTube channel, I did it for my Roslins, and I also did it for myself. And I will say that starting with this video, I want this to be a rebirth. I want this to be us walking as the women that we are glowing up to be and we're always meant to be as our higher selves. I don't want us acting. I want us to know that that is literally who we are. We are her. We are she. We are who we are. I am. We don't have to try to mimic the women that we already are and we're always meant to be. We're in the place where we are realizing, understanding, and understanding and accepting our truth. And our truth is far greater than our reality will ever be, especially presently, right? Our truth is not to be understood by everybody and their mama. Our truth is not to be measured. Our truth is not to be compared. Our truth is just existing. It has no time frame, no limit, no minimum, no maximum. It just is. And the more that I am starting to get back in touch with Mother Oshun, the more that I understand myself. And I want to say that to know yourself is to know your divinity. To know yourself is to know your beauty. To know yourself is to accept all the greatness, not just the flaws that you have, but all the greatness and favor over your life that Yah has bestowed upon you. To know yourself is to know love, self-love. And one thing that I literally am rekindling is my self-love. And yes, I'm sure some of you might be wondering, well, don't you already have self-love? Don't we have self-love? It's one thing to have self-love. It's another to be in love with yourself. And I think that a lot of us have quote unquote self-love, but we don't know what it is to be in love with ourselves because we keep putting pressure on ourselves, making ourselves feel terrible about ourselves because we have done things, said things, felt ways. Instead of accepting it, dealing with it, telling yourself, okay, we'll do better, but I still love you, and moving on. We hold on to the worst parts and the worst things ourselves have ever experienced, and we crucify ourselves for it. I don't think that that's fair. Whether it be weight gain, whether it be you not feeling the best with your, beauty, even though, again, your baseline is pretty, but you're in a rough patch with your looks, or something is going on with your health, or maybe you don't have the finances you want right now. Maybe you're letting the way people think about you determine how you love yourself out loud. I've dealt with that, right? Maybe you don't understand what it means to be you. That's another way that you can cripple yourself, hurt yourself. And a lot of times I'll say this, as a pretty girl, as mother, a lot of times I have ran from my calling and from the mantle that I am supposed to bring to other women and myself, because I felt that what Yah had given me, what Oshun had blessed me with, what my ancestors entrusted me with, was too much. And I was unworthy. And I was not good enough. And I don't know why I'm the one who's chosen. Why aren't they chosen? Well, I spoke to Spirit and it told me a lot of things. And it makes sense. I am someone who does answer the call. And therefore, speaking, it's not about me being better. It's about me understanding and understanding and choosing to be the one to say yes to some extent. All Spirit needs, all your destiny needs for it to be yours is a yes. You know the gospel song by Shekinah Glory? Say yes. Yeah, that song. Like when your heart and soul say yes. If I told you what I really needed from you. Yes. I love that song, right? Or Forever Jones, He Wants It All. Things like that. Like, I grew up listening to that as a young girl, and I always felt so submissive and open to Yah, right? And I remember when I was early 20s, that's when I got introduced to Oshun. And then I did my DNA ancestry test, and I have Yorubaland in it as well, and Nigerian, etc. And then I was just like, okay, okay. And I remember I walked away. I walked away from Oshun for a good couple of months, almost a year. And it didn't feel right. It felt right in the beginning, but I still felt like something was missing. And I think it was me not owning up to both parts of myself. And I have other, ancestral magic, etc., hoodoo, etc. One can even say Norse as well. Like, I have other things in my bloodline. I have a lot of things in my bloodline. But those two deities, Oshun, my mother, Yah, my father, I can't let them go. And I won't. And both parts represent the greatness that I come from, the divine femininity and the divine masculinity that created me and who I am, that gave me my royal bloodline, my chosen destiny, coming from a chosen people, my Hebrew roots, as well as my Yoruba roots. Me being the daughter of Oshun, who gave me my beauty, my charisma, my magic, etc. All of these things create the woman that I am today and will help foster me into even a more powerful woman. And I'm not ashamed to say that I'm the daughter of either. And I'm proud of my godparents because they're amazing and I love them so much. And they and the ancestors that I come from, I mean, Native American ancestry, my Norse, my Hoodoo roots from an African American lineage. Hell, even Mami Wata from my West Indian Caribbean um, yeah, lineage. Like all those things make me who I am. And I am so proud. I'm so proud. And I needed this. I needed this for myself and my sanity. And just to remind myself that this shit's light work. And what I'm talking about when I say this shit, I'm talking about cattiness, people trying to tell me who I am, who I'm not. I'm not exotical enough, I'm not pretty enough, whatever. That shit don't faze me. My life doesn't revolve around my YouTube channel the way you think it does. My purpose, hell, doesn't even revolve around my YouTube channel the way people might think it does. I am me. I'm ambiguously me in every aspect of the word. Okay? I'm an ambiguous black woman. I'm also a brown/dark-skinned exotical. I am a Hebrew, but I'm also a daughter of Oshun. I'm so many things and nothing at all, but I'm giving and am everything. I am whoever the hell I choose to be. Spiritually, physically, mentally, financially, all these different things. And one thing I do know about myself is that I am a Scorpio. I am a fucking phoenix that will always rise from the ashes. I have so much range, so much power coursing through my veins and on my fucking face. Please miss me. I say all of these things to say that though your words are venomous and very much untrue, I sit on a throne. I sit on a throne. I walk on water. I bathe in fucking honey. I am endowed with power from on high and from within the sea. I'm a fucking woman. That's powerful just by being one. Because women are very powerful if you understood your divine femininity. I don't have to bring another woman down. I don't have to put other women in their places because I didn't give them no place. Y'all did. And that's for them to figure out with their own lives. All I can do is tell the truth about myself, about my life, and help other women to not make some of the same mistakes I've made and to empower them the way that y'all and Oshun are empowering me along with my ancestors. That's all I can do with my YouTube channel. I'm not here to try to disprove somebody, evaluate someone's looks, evaluate their lifestyle. But make no mistake also, if I find you out to be a liar, I'm never going to trust you again. And I'm never going to believe a damn thing you say. I'm just not, especially when it comes down to me. Because you're already a liar. Why would I believe anything you got to say? And also make no mistake, my YouTube channel isn't a weapon to hurt other women, but I am divinely and fiercely protected. So please don't take my kindness or my silence or my dismissiveness for weakness, because it's not. And so I say all this to say, my Rosalynds and Rosikins, you need to remember who you are. And moving forward, I know I said that this is what I was going to do, help you to remember, but I really mean this shit because I'm remembering and I'm walking in it and I'm accepting my calling, my destiny. Like I told you, beauty is our destiny. No one can take our beauty from us. And people, they get very upset when you're a beautiful woman that declares you're beautiful. They don't like that. And what's worse is that they didn't give you your beauty, so they damn sure can't take it away. And I'll say this, a lot of times your calling has evil eye written all over it. Moving forward, there are things I'm just not going to discuss on my YouTube channel in regards to who I am and me personally, because I know that there are some hating ass bitches just listening to try to sabotage or hurt me, spiritually, physically, mentally, financially, etc. I thought I could come on here and, reach other like minded women. But what I realized is that a lot of women that I thought were like safe are not. They're not. They're just not. A lot of women I thought would be able to relate to me can't. And I'm not talking about my exoticals that I fuck with. I'm just talking about in general. People who pass through just to leave a nasty comment, or people who just don't say nothing at all but keep watching my videos, don't even subscribe. Everybody's not here to support me. I'm not here for everybody. I try to play the support everybody game that is beautiful and I thought was exotical or in the exotical community. That shit always backfired. So I'm stopping that. Um, I will support other exoticals. Hear me out. I'm not saying I'm not going to. What I'm saying is I'll be more selective with who I support. On top of that, a lot of unambiguous women that I tried to support and like try to be like, oh yeah, like we're all beautiful, because we are all beautiful, but everybody doesn't want me to speak on things like that. Everybody doesn't want me to shout out unambiguous black women, and by everybody I mean even unambiguous black women have gave me their ass to kiss, some of them. So I realized too that fuck that as well. So I'll say this. Mother realizes that a lot of the ways that I moved initially, I should have been more discerning, and that's on me because I was hindering a part of me, my beautiful Mother Ocean. I was hindering a part of me, my ancestors. I was hindering a part of me, y'all's guidance. I was hindering a part of me, a lot of parts of me that were spiritually on code, on game, because I wanted to believe everybody's going to be nice to me because I don't do anything to anybody. But I realized that's some bullshit because they don't give a fuck. Okay? Nothing's going to stop the enemy from attacking you when you have a calling. Nothing's going to stop mean girls from being mean, even though you're nice. Nothing's going to stop that. Nothing's going to stop people from bullying you when you do nothing. And I don't know why I forgot this out of my core childhood memory. When I was in middle school, I was bullied heavily, and in elementary. I swear to God, I didn't do anything to anybody. I just sat in the classroom and I was bullied and picked on. So my thing is the fact that I don't know why I thought, because we're all, older now, that shit wouldn't happen, especially anonymously on YouTube, out of all places, especially in an industry or a field with a lot of women that can be catty. I don't know why I always think that shit's just going to be sweet. I don't know why I'm so naive. And I'm going to stop being naive or trying to give people the benefit of the doubt or seeing the good in everybody. I'm going to stop that shit pronto. Because what I need to realize is that when you have favor over your life, over your beauty, over your destiny, when you have a calling, when you have blessings upon blessings just for you, whether you see the worth in yourself or not, it's still going to be there because that's what God gave you. That's what Oshun blessed you with. That's what your ancestors entrusted to you in this lifetime. People are going to hate you. Let me explain. Let me say it again. People are going to hate you because you are you. Do you hear me, my Rosalinds and Rosakins? People are going to hate you because you are you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to kick a hornet's nest. You don't have to fuck with anybody in this life, because what their demonic evil ass spirit is registering is that they're not you, and so they're gonna fucking hate you, because what you got coming your way they could only dream about, because that is the gift that Yah has given you specifically. And no one and no demon in hell is going to stop what is meant and destined and predestined for you in this lifetime and even in the one after. So, that being said, what Mother had to realize was that, hold on, I got all this stuff waiting for me. All this stuff within my bloodline, in my calling, in my beauty, in my ancestry. in my everyday accomplishments that I made career-wise, financial-wise, weight-wise, losing my weight loss journey. All these things that I have done for myself, by myself, and with the strength of my ancestors. My mother Oshun, my father Yah, all these things that I have inside of me and have accomplished so far at 26. And I'm worried about a bitch calling me ugly online. I'm worried about people not liking me. I'm trying to be buddy with bitches I don't even know. What's good, mother? I had to check myself. I had to really think, hold up. Nobody's paying my bills on this internet streets. Nobody doesn't even really know me other than what I share. Because I also believe to know me is to adore me for those who are real, and those who don't like me anyway because I'm just blessed. Well, you wouldn't like me anyway, so whatever. Even if I am not doing anything bad to you. So it is what it is. Like, you know? And I also had to realize, just like in my middle school getting bullied days, I was still killing shit academically. Even though my self-esteem was low because of being bullied. Even though sometimes I wondered if I even wanted to live to see the next day because I felt so depressed because I was bullied. Despite all of that, I always walked into school anxious but on a mission to better myself because I wanted to be a successful young girl. And I did that shit on the road to the gods consistently, despite everything. Even had bullies trying to copy off of me because I'm smart. So here's my thing. I'm going to treat this shit like I did in middle school. Yeah, I'm going to get dragged. Yeah, you're going to try to bully me or whatever. Yeah, people going to talk their shit, my Roslins and Rosikins. But who's still winning? Who's still her? Who's still him? You are. And when y'all gets done with you, your enemies will be your footstools. That's why some of these people are still stuck where they are on YouTube because they don't have a good spirit to go with it, a good stewardship, good intentions, a genuine heart. They're too busy hating and trying to come off a bag of gossiping on people who are making moves because they're not. They're stagnant as fuck. And that's just the truth on YouTube and outside of YouTube. Because one thing I do know, I will never be so miserable and pathetic that when I get on my YouTube channel, all I'm doing is dragging bitches. You got me fucked up. Okay? I actually have a life outside of this. I actually have things I'm proud of. I'm actually blessed. I'm actually adored. Okay? I actually have pretty privilege. I actually have my finances in order. I actually have a lot of shit going for me and coming to me because what? I'm me. I'm mother. The only reason I even made a YouTube channel was to connect with other beautiful women like myself. Literally, that's it. For my Roslins, I said this since day one, and I added Rosikins because I know some men can feel empowered with my message too. But don't get it twisted. This is not everything that I am. I'm so much more that you can't see, will never see. Because one, it's none of your business. Two, you're obviously too shallow and too close-minded and too low vibrational as fuck to even register this shit on your spiritual radar. And three, I'm meant for who I'm meant for. I'm not meant for everybody. Ever since I was a little girl, I had to realize that shit. And it's been a hard pill to swallow. But I say no more, bitch. Ain't gonna be that hard for me to swallow anymore because I realize it's linked to my greatness and my destiny. I'm not meant to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm not meant to be everybody's fave. I'm not meant to be adored by everybody. And if I was, I would think I was doing something wrong. Because no, that's not how this works. I'm meant for a certain type of mind, a certain type of heart, a certain type of belief. I'm not meant for your average pretty girl. And I realize that now. I'm not meant for every pretty woman. Whether you're unambiguous, ambiguous, or exotical or a different race or whatever. I uplift other beautiful women, but I realize that those who want to be a Rosikin or a Rosalind, they have to understand where mother's coming from. They have to want to understand. And they need to be genuine. They can't be fake as fuck. They can't be even other content creators. They can't be people who just want to ride a coattail or get some tea on me or just, diminish me when I've done nothing to them. It can't be like that. It can never be like that. And so I realize now that my channel is most likely going to grow consistently over time, but not as fast as other people's channels. And I remember a commenter had said that about my channel. He's just like, I love your message, and you gotta understand it's not gonna grow as fast as some other content creators because, you're like in the middle. I don't like to pick sides, but I do have loyalty, and that's on God. Um, which is why I make certain videos where I do stand up for certain people. It is what it is. But I don't like to put everybody in one basket. But unfortunately, I'm gonna just have to move a different type of way, and that's what I'm gonna be doing from now on, because I see how some women play. They don't play fair. They don't play nice. And Zaka United always says, "Why play fair in an unfair world? We shouldn't, and I'm not going to." So, with that being said, I say all this in this video to say, my Roslins and Rosikins, that mother's back, like back. And I'm here to help elevate you, to help you remember who the fuck you are, even when you try to forget, and even when the world wants you to forget. Because you have so much more going for you than people's perceptions of your beauty, your identity. You are who the fuck you say you are. You know how y'all said, I am that I am? Well, you are who you are, period. And you gotta remind yourself that. Because if you don't, you be acting like you don't know where you come from. You know who you come from. And if you don't do your research, ask Spirit, ask Yah, please, Yah, guide me. Tell me the truth about where I come from. Help me to awaken my power, please. And if you feel drawn to something, look into it. Look into it because it's most likely a part of your calling. Like ever since I was a young girl, I've always wanted female unity. I wanted to help other girls, other pretty girls. I love dressing up. I love being girly. I love being intelligent. I love being successful. I love my beauty and my brains. I love both. And I also was always attracted to spirituality, dark things as the Christians would call it. But I don't consider it dark. I consider it other parts of me. I ventured into so much to say that just like I'm awakening to every aspect of myself, even the parts that I didn't want to accept because I thought it was too good to be true, I want you to do the same. You might think that the calling you have in your life is too good to be true, but Mother is here to tell you that it's not. You have the calling because you are who you are. Unfortunately, the world beats us down. Our childhood traumas can put a dent in our destiny if we're not careful, but it can't take it away because what you're meant to be, you will become, honey. Always remember that. And I really had to sit and think, why do I feel unworthy of the gifts of my ancestors, of Oshun, of Yah? Well, I felt unworthy because I was told I was unworthy when I was little. I was abandoned when I was younger. I went through a lot of shit. As you know, I'm adopted. So it made me feel like, well, my birth parents, they had went through a rough patch. And so I ended up being adopted into another family that I love very much. I love both parts, right? But it made me feel away from home. It made me feel like my identity was in question. Like I didn't really know who I was, and for a long time I didn't. I had a new family, but I always felt different, even before I found out that I was adopted, because it was kept secret for a while. So the point, though, is that all these things shaped my perception of myself. Feeling like I had to be a certain way to be loved, believe a certain thing, act a certain way to people who hurt me, or else I wouldn't be blessed, that Christian programming as well. It was just so many things that I felt was literally deterring me from understanding my greatness. And then I had my beauty adversity. I had so much. And Mother says all this to say that I understand. You have no idea how much I understand why it's hard to accept your calling. You have no idea how much I understand. And what makes it worse is though you consciously deny who you are, you subconsciously can't. The irony, even when you run from who you're meant to be, the real you is always popping up. Something in the universe, something in your life, some situation keeps drawing you back. It just keeps drawing you back over and over again because it knows and it wants you to know that you're him, you're her. You're not meant to play small. You're not meant to be in the shadows. You're not meant to dismiss what Spirit has given you to complete as your mission in life and your identity. You always wonder why people called you delusional, said you had beer money with champagne taste, that nothing's ever good enough. Well, that's because the higher part of me knew that I'm not meant to be normal like the rest of you. I'm weird. I'm elevated. I'm a queen. It is what it is. I can't hide it. I just can't anymore. And I don't want to. I don't, and I can't, and I won't. Because it's me. It's me. It's the real me. The me that people usually shy away from. The me that says what everyone's thinking. The me that's elevated and a bad mother sucker. Me. It's just me. I don't know what to tell anybody. So I just want to say to encourage you that everybody is not going to understand, and you have no shame. You should feel no shame in being who you were meant to be. And anybody that tries to silence you or say you're delusional, you don't deserve that. Take it up with y'all, okay? Take it up with y'all, because I ain't got nothing to say to you. Because you're immortal, okay? Over here, we're vibrating divinely. So, yeah, get your life. And I can't help if you feel so low about yourself that you don't think that you're worth it either. Huh, how about that? Because they're just speaking and projecting about their own insecurities. They think you're unworthy. Truly, they think they're unworthy. Because for them, they look low on you. They think low of you. So it's like, if I think low of her and I don't have what she has, what does that say about me? It says that you played yourself, fool. That's what it says to people who try to question my greatness and your greatness. We cannot help that we're chosen. We cannot help that we're also pretty, turning into gorgeous. We also can't help that we're meant to be taken care of and pampered like a motherfucker. We can't help these things. And if we could, we wouldn't change a thing. What did Beyonce say in her Flawless music video with Nicki? I wouldn't change it if I could. We will not change shit, okay? Because what else did we do? We earned this shit through our blood, sweat, and tears. I guarantee you, every pretty girl has a defining moment in her pretty girl journey, in her life, where she says, fuck it, we ball. With her beauty, with her blessings, with her privilege, with who the fuck she is. Because she's tired of having to compensate for being blessed, for being privileged, for being and having favor of beauty and every other favor you could think about. We're tired of having to coddle people that don't even want to put in the work to even achieve or mimic the favor we naturally have and the beauty we naturally have. We're tired of society trying to stifle us and tell us who the fuck to be. No, we're going to be who we're made to be. And that's on everything and who we choose to be. So you can miss me. And I'm pretty sure any pretty girls listening to this video would also understand where the fuck I'm coming from, whether you fucks with me or don't. Because I know my haters listen too. But the truth is that we are who the fuck we are. We cannot change that. Can we improve it? Yes. Can we evolve with it? Yeah. But is that going to change who we are at our core? No, it can't. And it won't. And we don't want it to. Because at our core, we're really fucking powerful and very freaking pretty. So yeah, miss me with it. And very much favored and financially stable and even wealthy and thriving. So yeah. Okay. So when you're contemplating who you are, where you come from, how powerful you are, do your research on yourself. You know how we look up all this information about other celebrities and things? Like, you're a fucking celebrity. Let me let you know, pretty girl. Let me let you know, Rosalind, Rosikens. You guys are celebrities. You're your own celebrities. You're your own creator. You're your own goddess, God, etc. And that is not blasphemy to say that Yah is not Yah, Oshun is not Oshun, etc., etc., whoever you pray to. But at the end of the day, we're made in their images, right? We are their children, right? Which means that they passed on the crown, right? Okay, we're their proteges, right? So we are also creators. We are also innovators. We are also blessed with wealth and riches and beauty and etc. We just have to understand that it is our birthright and not some type of an option. It's literally inheritance. We can't do nothing but accept that shit. And you got to think of it that way because it is what it is. It is what you're owed. It is what is predestined to you. It is your birthright as their child, as their children, as their child. It is something that's been passed down for you specifically to steward over because it is in your bloodline. It is predestined and predetermined for you to have this. It is a part of your destiny. And you have to understand that. And once you start to understand just how powerful your future, your present, your being is, the negativity will be light work. People trying to discredit everything you are will be light work because you know the truth. And you're walking and living and thriving into that. You're manifesting that. You're calling it down from heaven on high because it is in you and you have been given authority to declare that type of a lifestyle, that type of an existence. And the people that don't have that power will be envious. They will lie on you. They will throw fiery darts at you. They will curse you, attempt to curse you. Because me personally, I'm spiritually protected, baby. You can't do shit to me. And I know my Rosans and Rosikins that are listening, that resonate with this, are also spiritually protected. Our ancestors protect us. Yah protects us. Oshun protects me. So many different things. My grandmother's prayers protect me. You don't know what I've gone through in my life. You don't know what demons I've had to face and overcome. Literally, spiritually, internally, physically, all types of shit. You don't know the darkness that tried to swallow me whole. And Yah said no. Oshun says, she's my daughter. Stand down. You don't understand because you're not me. And because you don't want to understand. You want to judge. You want to crucify. I'm going to let you know that's just not going to work over here. Not for me, not for my Roslins, and not for my Rosikins. Because we are favored. We are chosen. We are called for something much greater and higher than any of this trivial bullshit that you throw at us. We understand where we're going, and we're going to do what it takes to get there and to walk into who we're meant to be. We're going to break generational curses. We're going to break bad habits. We're going to break self-doubt. We're going to break low self-esteem. We're going to send that shit back to the pits of hell where it came from, because it is not for us to have. It is what was inflicted on us to try to stop us from walking in who we're supposed to be. But the devil is a liar. We're not going. We are not going. I repeat. We are not going. We are not going. We are not going. We are not going because we were never meant to go in the first place. We're meant to elevate. So we're not going. We're going to sit on our thrones that we were given since we were created. Even before we were created, it's predetermined for us to sit on our thrones. We're going to sit on our thrones and look handsome, look pretty, be blessed abundantly, have wealth, have happiness, have peace, have joy. We're going to have all these things, have power, have influence, have favor. We're going to have all these things that was given to us specifically. And we're going to walk in that shit. We're going to stand in that shit. We're going to wear it with happiness and joy because what? It's ours. And what Yah gives us, the world cannot take away. And so we have to remember that, my Roslins and Rosikins. You have to remember that. Because you are so powerful. You are so powerful. You are so loved. You are so chosen. You are so predestined. You don't understand how some of your ancestors have waited for you to be born in flesh so that you might set a lot of the curses, the sorrows, the regret. You will break the chains of bondage within your bloodline. You would empower the women in your bloodline, the men in your bloodline, redeem them, bring honor back to your family name. You don't understand how great you are because you're too busy remembering how people told you were nothing, how it felt when you felt abandoned, being an outcast most of your life, being by yourself, being rejected. Mother knows because I've gone through that. But it took me coming to a place internally like this to understand. And, dealing with the things I'm dealing with on my YouTube channel and what I dealt with recently on my YouTube channel, it all comes back. It's bringing back all these memories. And it's finally clicking why this keeps happening when I do nothing. They hate you because you are you. They hate me because I am me. It is what it is. And people could smell the greatness in you. Can I speak on that? People could smell it on you. They could see what you can't and what you try to deny about yourself. And a lot of times they won't say nothing, but they'll plot on you, hoping that you never understand who you really are, hoping that you never get there, hoping that you never break that bondage, that shackle, that demonic influence in your life, hoping that you never awaken and rise above people's thoughts about you and only listen to the thoughts that Yah says about you and what you say about you and what you want it to be because you know it's that way. They don't want you to heal your childhood trauma. They don't want you to go back to that dark place so that it doesn't hold you shackled anymore and stop you as an adult from achieving your destiny. They don't want you to see the snake in them, the deceptive spirit, the envy, the evil eye they give you, the side eye they give you, the lack of protection, lack of loyalty, the gossip they have on your life, on who you are, on your struggles, and even your triumphs. They don't want you to see them for what they are, a conniving, monitoring spirit. They don't want you to know just how wicked and envious their heart really is towards you. And that they would even kill you to have what you have, or kill you just so you couldn't live to walk in who you're meant to be. And this is why I tell my Roslins specifically, my Roslins, you got to protect yourself spiritually and physically. I put nothing past an envious bitch in life. I will never put anything past an envious bitch in this life. I will never put anything past an envious bitch in this life. And I'm telling you as your mother to not do it either. First sign of questionable character and intentions and perceptions of you, my Roslins, and you dip. Rosalkins that go for you too, but especially my Roslins. Female unity should not take the place of female safety. The first priority I always have is the safety of yourself, my Rosalind, spiritually and physically. Because a lot of people are plotting on you. They're jealous as fuck. Even though you can't see the threat that you will become one day, they know it in their bones. They recognize true greatness and not a poser. And so they're going to try to tear you down. They're going to try to break you, make you doubt who you are, make you doubt your beauty, make you doubt your favor. But the devil's a liar. They can't do it. It might work for a season, but not for a lifetime, and that's on everything I love. But Mother's here to awaken you quick, young, early, so that it doesn't take you years and decades to understand who you are. You can walk in that proudly and know that you are powerful and chosen. And you don't need to listen to anybody else's self-perception about you or their envious ways that they try to tear you down, backhanded compliments, try to humble you, etc. It's not worth it. Because however you slice and dice it, my Rosalins or Rosalkins, you are going to be on top. The question is how soon and in what mental capacity and fortitude will you have internally to deal with what comes with being on top. So they're not stopping anything, but they can delay you. I'll give them that. And so you cannot let people like that delay you. And this is why I encourage you to get in touch and to make sure you're spiritually fortified. Because I know that I'm meant for the spotlight. I know I am. I always known it since I was a little girl. I know I'm meant to be out there, to show my face, to bring about change in some form or fashion. I know I'm meant to help people spiritually. I really do know that. I'm meant to teach you. I'm meant to help you elevate. I know that I'm meant for these things with my Rosalind specifically. I know I am. And I'm going to do that to the best of my ability. Like I always say on my channel, I'm learning just like you. I'm only 26. But I've always felt that I had some form of a soul that feels like it's been here before, that has like unfinished business in the sense of I'm meant to do something powerful in my lifetime to help other women understand their greatness, to rise above the bullshit, and even other envious women to rise above their bullshit towards you. You know, I'm meant to do that, and I'm going to do that. And we're going to elevate ourselves, and we're going to be happy, and we're going to live the lives the little girls in us always knew we were meant to live. And we're going to connect with each other. We're going to thrive. We're going to be beautiful. We're going to be skinny legends. And we're going to be ambiguous and browns as darkskin exoticals. And we're going to be powerful, spiritual women who understand that when people can't be you, all they can do is talk about you and try to sabotage who you're becoming and who you were always meant to be. But what they fail to realize is that I've gotten this far and done so many things despite so much adversity. They can't stop what Yah has blessed. They can't stop the favor over your life. They cannot stop your beauty. All they can do is seethe and try to insult you, try to spiritually attack you, but the devil's a liar. There's no power in that because you're powerful, right? But that's all they can do. Talk. Talk to talk to talk to talk to talk. And here's the gag. When they're talking, your spiritual team is talking to you too. Your higher self is in your head talking to you too. You're writing down your affirmations. You're doing your manifestation. You're doing your spell work. You're doing your prayers, your rituals, your etc. You already are prepared. Because, honey, you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk because this is your life. You don't have to recant stories that you read somewhere else. You can only speak from what you've experienced. Because this is your lifestyle. I'm sorry. Like, this is your lifestyle. Like, honey, get your life, right? And it's only up from here. I'm always going to keep reminding you because a lot of times we get like so discouraged because of where we are in life. But I'm here to tell you it's only up from here because it is. Think about all the things you've overcome so far. Moving forward, you're about to be stepping into a part of your life that you prayed for. I remember I saw this quote that's saying, you know, your life right now, your present day life, reality, is something you prayed for. Like, acknowledge the fact that what you're living today is a prayer you had like yesterday. And that's so true. Where I am today in my life, what used to be a prayer for me. And now I'm praying for something else. And now I'm going to be in a different lifestyle. But the point is that you got to keep moving forward. Like my baby daddy, Aaron Yeager, always says, hashtag Attack on Titan. And you got to learn to be more than just a man, as Alfred told Bruce Wayne. You're more than just a man. You're a symbol, right? Hashtag Batman, my ex-husband. He has so many issues. Anyway, moving on. So the point is, though, the point is that in this lifetime, if all you can elevate is yourself, you're doing it wrong. We're meant to help elevate the next generation and other people around us so that they can have a higher consciousness, a higher lifestyle, a higher way of living, so they aren't on a low vibration, so they can elevate themselves and their families. It's to pass on, each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? So for Mother, my channel is not just about vanity. Okay, granted, I love being pretty and all that good shit. Oh, I really do. It helps me. It's like, a mental reward. It helps soothe me mentally and my anxiety when I look pretty and put together on God. Oh, it's just a state of being. But I'm also here to help you spiritually. As a daughter of Oshun, I cannot abandon my fellow sisters. Whether your mother is Oshun or not, call me a stepsister. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, the point is that no, I cannot abandon you and be like, okay, as long as I'm pretty and as long as you're pretty, that's all we need to work on in life. No, no, no. We want to be pretty, healthy, and spiritually elevated on God and financially elevated. Hello. That's what I talk about finances, right? To be a good steward over something that could bless you tremendously in the future. It's consistency. It's the mindset. It's the intentionalness of building wealth, of glamour, of beauty, of spirituality, of character, of virtue, of attaining and manifesting every goal you have as a beautiful woman. I want you to know that your life doesn't just revolve around your beauty. If you have beauty and nothing else, if all you can say is I'm prettier than so and so and that's your come up, that's sad. I will never stop saying that. That's sad as hell. My Rosalynds, you are made for so much more. But your beauty, like I said, is your destiny. It is part of what will launch you into your calling even further. But it is not all that your calling requires of you. And we got to keep it a buck. We got to keep it a buck. It is not all that your calling requires of you. It is not all that Yah has wanted from you. And if you're a daughter of Oshun, I want you to know, as your sister, okay, that no, Mother Oshun does not only want us to be beautiful. She was also powerful. She is also powerful. She's all these different things. And it would be disservice just to be one thing when you can be all of them. That's why I say for me, I'm ambiguous in a lot of different aspects of my life. I'm not just one thing, right? I'm not just one thing. I will never just be one thing because I have so many parts of me. I can be very feminine and dainty, and then I can be very seductive. It's giving, right? But I'm a whole virgin. Like, come on now. And then I'm a Scorpio. And the stigma with Scorpios, like they're big freaks, etc. But the point is that, hello, my whole life is a fucking oxymoron. I'm telling you about Yah and Hebrew lineage, but then I'm also talking about Yoruba culture and Oshun and how she's my mother. And, like, I'm just telling you, like, why put yourself in a box? Why assign your beauty, your favor to one category? No. Think bigger, dream bigger, be bigger. Sorry about that. Like, love bigger. Like, imagine bigger, create bigger. Yeah, I talk about being a brown cis Darkskin Exotical on my channel, but I also talk about your spiritual elevation. Because how can you be a brown cis Darkskin Exotical and not be spiritually elevated as well? What are you doing with your melanin? Your melanin's popping, but where's the magic going? Where's it flowing through the veins? I don't understand. Your melanin's worth more than gold. And what do you do with it? Just sit here and look pretty? And don't get me wrong, you can just do that if that's your one burning desire, but no. Pretty women, we're assets in every aspect of life. We're in the top 20% at the baseline. It's only up from here. Why limit your extraordinariness? Sure, right? Shira, she's a kept woman, but she's built a whole empire and has continued to build one on her spirituality and on her level up mindset. Exoticals United. She's someone who was a wife, and then she was like, you know what? Self respect, etc. I'm about to rock it and elevate myself even higher. And she reached out to other pretty girls, shared her experiences, and now she's building her empire and has built a very good empire so far. But I know it's going to be bigger. So as I say, she's still building because she has way more greatness in front of her. And then you got Mother here, educator, G.I. Jane, and YouTube channel, right? Elevating myself, reaching out, born and raised Christian, Pentecostal, Kojic, etc., turning now to Yahweh, my Hebrew roots, and Yoruba, my Ocean roots, the Orishas, etc. Like so many different things that I'm elevating myself with. My beauty, glow game about to be strong as fuck. Anyway, okay, they're not. But I'm so serious. Like, why stop at one thing? Why limit yourself? You don't have to. Just like you see all these examples around you, and I'm just gonna say so far for me, honey, because I plan on living many different lifestyles in one. Amen, amen. But the point is that I'm here to remind you that you are powerful beyond belief, and that anything you dream you can be. I don't give a fuck what you say. You got it in the bag, girl. And you're pretty on top of all this, you definitely got in the bag. Pretty will get you far, but purpose will get you further, along with your beauty. I want my Rosalynds to know that come hell or high water, you are going to be who you're meant to be. And I want you to get there as soon as possible and in divine timing. But first, I also know it starts with internal knowing that you are who you say you are, and you are who you always thought you were meant to be. And with that, Mother is going to say, ciao. Mother loves you.